4 minutes spent in heaven, 4 years on the ground every time Buzz flies a mission in space. The people around him will be 4 years older, but in order to find a planet suitable for human habitation, he had to fly to space again and again. Every time he came back, he could feel the time passing in his mates. His best friend Lisa became a commander. She got married and had a child. Then the child went to college. Lisa also grows old again and again, until one time when I came back from a mission I found that my friend Lisa had died. Only then did Buzz realize I should not have made that decision in the first place. It turns out that many years ago Buzz took the exploration ship Robo. He was on a mission to explore an alien planet. The crew was in a dormant state. Suddenly the ship detected a nearby planet and immediately woke up. Bass woke up and went straight to the planet to check it out. After the ship landed, he and Commander Lisa went on a search mission. Just before they left, the ship was slowly dragged into the ground by vines, and they are attacked by unidentified flying insects. Lisa ordered to activate the stealth mode, hoping to lose the flying insects. But the cloaking time ends. They are forced to be exposed again. They have no choice but to implement Plan B. After the two of them work together to kill the flying insects, they are ready to leave the planet in their spaceship. But Buzz was determined to go his own way, not waiting for Lisa to get back to the cockpit, and started the ship alone. In the end, due to a miscalculation, the ship crashed into a mountain and was forced to land on the planet. Even more unfortunate was the destruction of the fuel that powered it. And that fuel was hard to come by. You have to get close to the star with the fuel, and travel at light speed to synthesize it. They had no choice but to stay here for now. In the year that followed, they used all kinds of resources to build a base and built a ship that could speed of light to fly the ship, and a test fuel to power it. To synthesize the power fuel, Buzz flew the ship toward the star, but because of a faulty fuel ratio, the ship failed to reach the true speed of light. Ultimately, the mission failed, until he returned from his last mission, found that his friend Lisa had died. Even the incoming commander also ordered him to cancel the test mission because in the 62 years he was gone, he had already adapted to the planet. Just as he was about to give up, the robot cat beside him gave him hope again. It turned out he had calculated the correct ratio of fuel. After thinking about it, Bats decided to try one last time. What? According to he machine's calculations, Buzz squeezed out a can of rainbow-colored fuel. This is the legendary ultraphotonics fuel. Buzz wants to use it to save humanity, so he steals a spaceship. As he was about to take off, the soldiers caught up with him. Commander, it's Captain Lightyear. Wait, what? Lightyear? Well, get him out of there. Stop right now. Put your hands on the commander. Has ordered the shutdown of Bass Authority. Unauthorized. Unauthorized. Just as the robot soldiers arrive, the robot cat is helping again. Put your tail in the ship's computer. The commander's access was broken. Buzz success. Launched the ship and escaped from the base. With the correct fuel ratio, Buzz reached true light speed this time, but when he returned, the planet was a different place. Buzz landed on the ground without incident and reported the good news to command. But just then a mysterious man rushed out from the shadows and tackled him to the ground. The next thing he knew, the robot was walking up to the ship. Put a device on the ship, then the ship disappeared together with the ship. My sheet, quiet word. It go. The mystery man told him that the ship was beamed into the air to the mothership. The her side of the robot leader came to the front of the ship, then a robot flew out of the mothership. The mystery man had to take Buzz and escape first. After getting out of danger, the mystery man took off his helmet. It turns out that he is the granddaughter of his friend Lisa, since Buzz had reached TL this time, so this mission took 4 minutes. It's been 22 years since the Star Stone, and a week ago, an army of robots surrounded the base. The base had no choice but to activate the shield. Now the first priority is to destroy the mothership in the air, to get all the robots offline, so that we can bring the FTL fuel back to the base. And just then, Buzz senses a noise outside. You think it's a robot? Nah, we've never seen a robot this far from the base. I don't hear anything now. I do. Buzz was forcibly grabbed by a robot, hopefully with the rush of fire from his teammates. That's what got him out. Seeing his men fail in their mission, the robot leader was furious. He decided to take action himself. On the other hand, Buzz found a ship in the warehouse. We flew him to destroy the mothership, but halfway there, they were attacked. Tonight Buzz is a skilled pilot. The girl was hit by the hull and crashed. Mechanical Cat quickly detected the fault of the ship. If you replace the device, you can fix it. A few of us managed to get the device, but one of the teammates accidentally triggered the mechanism. Several people were instantly trapped in the conical cage. In order to get out, Buzz asked teammates to crash into the energy source, but their strength is clearly not enough. They needed Buzz's help. At this moment, Buzz, who had always acted alone, now he realized the importance of teamwork. He teamed up with several people and rammed into the energy source. After 3 consecutive impacts, he finally took it out. But at that moment, the repair device fell off. Bass immediately told his teammates to run away. First he broke back to get the device back. Just as Bass was about to fall off the cliff, teammates caught him in time, but when he did not return to the ship, robots in the hands of Big Devil appeared. He stretched out his steel claws and grabbed Bass, then he pressed the teleportation device and instantly disappeared. Bass was transported to the mothership, but the strange thing is no matter how Buzz attacked Left Dog also did not mean to hurt him, just blocked the door to key Bass from going out. Where are we? Who are you now? That's the question. Then the machine opened. An old man from Cuspis came out, not like Goodbye's dad. Old man walked up and pulled out a name tag from his neck. It was exactly the same as the one in Bath. Hello guys. At this moment, Bass was confused. The OD man told Bass that he was actually the Bass of 50 years later, the original, then super light to do the flight of Bass entered another timeline, and the Bass in this time in space 50 years earlier than he returned to the planet, but the commander because he stole the flying machine ready to arrest him. But Buzz, who had the hyperspace fuel, did not want to be caught like this. He had to escape from here first to find another way, so after traveling in space for centuries, he accidentally came across the mothership of the Zogao Daimao, and here he got the shell of his machine. He suddenly realized he could use space-time fuel to travel to the future. Nan Yan can also travel to the past, but the price to pay is Bass has to lose the memory of these 84 years. Looking at the photo in his hand, Bass began to hesitate. The two Buzzes had experienced something completely different. The old Bass has been with the robot. He had no feelings for the people on the planet. But this Buzz was different. He had a lot of stories with the people on the planet. He didn't want to lose these precious memories, so he grabbed the fuel and headed out. But old Buzz was determined. He ordered the droids to stop Buzz, and tied him up, and at that moment, Lysa's granddaughter, Leech, and the others crossed over to the mothership. Old Buzz decided to change all that. Before he could finish his sentence, a dart hit old Buzz again. It was the old robot cat. He liked Buzz better when he was younger. He even helped him unhook his handcuffs. They went to the main control room. The self-destruct sequence of the mothership was activated. Just then old Buzz arrived. He grabbed Buzz and threw him out. But he accidentally destroyed the gravity device. The hyperspace fuel also floated in front of old Buzz. Just as he was about to reach the fuel device, Bass suddenly shot him and knocked him down. Both of them fell to the ground and passed out. At that moment, Leech also found Buzz and woke him up with a pager. No, I can't do it alone. I need help. But I'm not my grandma. Is he? I don't need you, Grandma. I need you. Finally op. In the non-media immediately outside is the vastness of space. He suffers from a severe fear of space. But for Bass, he had to overcome his fear, so he closed his eyes and took a deep breath and then leapt. He finally reached the other side without any problems. At that moment, old Buzz woke up. With Street Claws grabbed Buzz, who was trying to escape. Bass' hand weapon accidentally dropped, but also teammates in time to line up the weapon was successfully thrown into the hands of Bass. After getting the weapon, Bass shot to break the mechanical claw, but dropped the mechanical claw. Soon returned to the DS of the left court. Demon King Bass saw the situation, immediately rushed up. One shot the console, activated the self-destruct program in advance, then with his teammates teleported back to the ship and successfully escaped from the mothership before the explosion. But Buzz was once again pursued by an undeterred old man. He grabbed the ship and took the fuel unit, finally ready to kill Bass with one shot. In the nick of time, Buzz ejected from the ship, activate the microcraft behind him, and then fired a fatal shot, and just like that, old Buzz also disappeared into space with the explosion, although he had lost his hyperspace fuel. But Buzz was no longer in a hurry to get home, because here there are more important people to protect. At the end of the story, Buzz formed a new team of Space Spectacle, and then said the most classic line of Bass to infinity and beyond.